It was going to be a challenge for Guerrilla Games to top Horizon Zero Dawn, with them establishing a strong narrative, an interesting and likable lead character with Aloy, and a world that made you want to explore and uncover it all. Basically, they were doomed from the start. But to my surprise, they blew it out of the water. Blew it out of the park, the sky, your ass, wherever you wanted to blow at, they did it.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Horizon Forbidden West impressed me with how it was able to scale the game more compared to the first one. More mounts, including the flying one, movement options, everybody loves a grappling hook, and tougher enemies to face. Not to mention, it's fucking gorgeous. And that amount of detail led to some people complaining about Aloy having hair on her face. And I just want to say that those people have never seen a woman before. But I digress. The story kept me intrigued. At the end of the first game, we knew the job wasn't finished. The world is still dying. So in this one, Aloy has to collect the missing eye to complete Gaia so she can heal the world. Great. But some of them are fucking assholes. Especially Hephaestus. The only way to accomplish this goal is to head west. To the Forbidden West. I'm not sorry. Dealing with different tribes, trauma, roaming robots wanting to kill you, and assembling a cast to take on everything makes you realize the scale of what's at stake if Aloy fails. The main cast gets a decent amount of character development, and they provide a sense of humanity in the world filled with mostly savages. I love the idea they introduced that the people who sent the signal for Hades to basically hard reset the planet was the ones who originally left the planet in the first place. And now they're back. And you might say, oh, don't you mean their descendants are back? No, nigga, the same niggas that left came back.
Oh boys! I'm back!
They basically found a way to survive. And their technology is so advanced that they almost unkillable. One of the quote-unquote antagonists from last game, Silas, basically made a weapon, and with that weapon you can bypass their shields and fuck them up. Cool. Neat. Go turn off your fucking chin so we can get some fucking sleep. Oh, and one of the people who came back from the planet, played by Trinity from the Matrix, is on your side. Oh wait, she kinda isn't, but she kinda is. She kinda was in a relationship with Elizabeth, but now she wants to kidnap Aloy and run away. She's a bit of a yonder there, you know, something like that, you know. They also brought a younger clone of Aloy. Well, Elizabeth Sobek, but technically Aloy, cause they still need the DNA, so they can get past stuff, you know. She's Aloy, you know, but just a fucking downer the whole fucking time. Basically, she's a downer until the fucking end of the story when Aloy and her squash they beef. You know what I'm saying?
That's my dog! Take that! That's my dog!
And then at the end, you find out them niggas from Far Zenith, the people who left Earth from the first place after they destroyed it in the first place. Well, you find out they was running from something they fucking created. Something that basically wiped them out, and they tried to come back after they hard reset Earth, basically trying to wipe the hard drive. The thing they created was Nemesis. Basically, they kind of forcefully upload the failed copies of the people of Zenith's consciousness, and then they became one big angry disaster that destroyed their new planet, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. The whole time they kept saying, a natural disaster destroyed our planet, and turns out the nigga was just trying to play God. So now Nemesis is coming back, and Aloy still has to get his Festus back, because that battle slipped away one more time, again, and gotta deal with Earth 1 niggas basically trying to kill the planet for the third fucking time. I loved it. Now for gameplay, I'll keep it short and sweet. You shoot bow, shoot bow at weakness, break parts, use parts to upgrade, repeat. If you didn't like the gameplay in the first one, then this one won't change your mind. The skills are decent, but once you find out what you like, which can be very early on, you won't change it up a lot. I use precision arrows pretty much throughout the entire whole thing. Overall, the gameplay is still satisfying, but nothing too crazy. You shoot robots, shoot people in the head, repeat. So, let's get to some negatives. As a black man, I have a complaint. It's petty, and I get the emotional reason why you did it, because it makes sense. But why the brother? At least it didn't feel weak as hell and abrupt and pointless like in Watch Dogs 2, but come on. You give this king a queen, then guess what? Another fatherless child. Shit is crazy. The climbing is below average, and I dare say it's ass. It works half of the time. I don't know why it's like this considering it was like this in the first game. They barely fixed it. They made it climbing like better, I guess, because you can climb on more stuff, but it's not fixed. I'm tired of Aloy trying to climb on stuff and then she jump off and then disconnect from the server. Like, stop it. Stop it. She just disconnects from life. Stop. I also need more unique weapon types. It can still be bow, but just more variations of stuff. Like, I need uniqueness, like a Destiny type unique weapon, you know? Like, the armor that you got at the end of the game after you collected all the shit and did all the shit was cool as hell. It felt good, because you basically was like a fucking Zenith nigga. You one of them niggas from space, but you had that fucking armor and it was cool. In this game, everything just feel like a variation like in Borderlands, and this is not my cup of tea. Besides those three things, this game is a fucking W. I even played around with the accessibility settings to change the games to my liking. I'm loving that it's becoming a standard in games and it's good for everybody. I'm looking forward to the potential conclusion in the next game, and hopefully it will end satisfying like this one and the one before it.